Hi everyone, welcome to Converse-Nation where we talk about anything and everything. My name is Afra and as always I have with me
Adia. And in today's topic, we're going to be discussing mental health and wellness. Now, before we start, please guys remember to like, share, and subscribe. Okay? So mental health, the reason why we're bringing this up is just a lot that we've seen in the media regarding a healthy mindset and everything that's been going on with mental health issues, especially during COVID. So Afra, your take on mental health, what you think it is, right? And what you've seen and observed, especially during this time, regarding mental health and making sure to put that as a priority for everyone.
For me, I think mental health is the aspect of our health that in fact, almost everybody neglects, but because you're not physically ill, so nobody sees a physical sign or symptom in quote. But it's really important because it affects your output in life.
Yes.
So for me, mental health is it encompasses the psychological, emotional, and the social well-being of a person. It affects how a person interacts with his environment, how he handles stress. It affects the output or productivity of a person generally. So it's really important, and I think it's something that people should look more into because we know the effect, we know the outcome of mental health issues, how people just come out and commit suicide or go around shooting people. It's hidden issues. They don't look physically sick, but they're sick deep down in their minds, So I think so I'll leave you to talk about maybe the causes of mental health issues, the causes, like what you think causes it, what leads to it here.
Well, first, before we go into that, let's just go out by saying disclaimer. I'm not a psychologist, counselor, therapist, nothing of that sort. It's just based on like our experience and what we've encountered, right? Yeah. So mental health issues, let's say, or health can be hindered by a lot of things, like your surroundings, people that you either live with or people you work with, your own ability to handle stress or handle like trauma. That could be in your personal life or even out at work, right? So anything that basically you're not able to comprehend or be able to digest, most times people will just keep it internally. They don't know how to deal with it. Something that you would need somebody to basically, that's why we have therapists, counselors, somebody to try and help you deal with those situations. We don't know how to do it. I can honestly say most things I don't know how to deal with. I either have to read on it, pray, or talk to somebody else, like a friend, like this is what's going on. It also leads to a lot of other things like stress, anxiety, where some people have to get medicated because that helps them at least regulate their moods, right? So I would say for me, mental health is very, very important. Like Afra is stressed, and it can hinder you physically. I've had mental health issues within my family, including myself. It does hinder everything you do. So if you see somebody moody every single day, sometimes it doesn't mean that they're just moody or they're just a grumpy person because they don't want to wake up, they don't want to smile at you, they don't want to talk to you. It could be a lot of other things internally. And another thing that I wanted to add into like signs of any form of mental problems or issues, or you're actually not well mentally, is a lot of people, they might not say anything, but you can see it in the way that they live, like their behavior, like them not wanting to clean. They start hurting things. They have no energy to like work out. Some people don't eat, or some people eat a lot. Those are also signs that you need to take a really deep look into yourself and like what's going on within you. The same way you do with just your normal physical health. It's the same thing. Because your physical health most times does not lead to a mental problem, but your mental health can lead to physical problems like heart attacks, high blood pressure,
obesity,
weight loss, right? So is there any advice that you can give people on how they can handle, when they're stuck in those sort of situations where they have a lot on their minds?
Okay, first of all, before I go into advice, I just want to establish the fact that mental health issues is not madness. You're not mad. It's not. You don't need to go to psych ward, because when people hear that, they think, oh, I don't decrease. So no, it's not that. You're just not stable.
Yes.
You're not settled in your mind, in your heart. It affects everything that you do. So I'll talk about the signals, how you know that your mind is affected or your mental health is a little bit unstable. Maybe at work or in relationships, when you find that when it's time to go to work, your heart is racing, or when weekend is over, you're worried, you can't sleep well because it's Monday, you're thinking of how you go through the remaining 5 days of the week. Then maybe your boss at work or somebody is a narcissist and is preying on you or pressing you or something. So there are little things like this lead to mental health issues. When you come home, you're moody, but because you have to make ends meet, you have to go to work.
Yeah.
So in that situation, you have to either change jobs, or for me, it's God I go to. In situations like that, I have to pray, because he's my own shrink, he's my own psychologist. But if you can go to talk to someone. It doesn't have to be a psychologist, in quote. It could be your partner. Talk to anybody that you look up to. And then also in relationship, you're in a toxic relationship. When in that relationship you become a shadow of yourself, maybe you're an extrovert before you become withdrawn, you don't even understand yourself anymore. We see people in those sort of, you're just tired of life because of the person that you are with. So that's a red flag. You should run for your life, because it will sap life out of you. That's my take on it. So the solution is either see a professional or seek God. For me, it's God. So what do you think?
I completely agree with you. God is also my number one go-to person. I know that a lot of people don't like to seek for help, especially in our society. Like, I'm African, we're African.
Yeah, we're African.
From just experience, a lot of us don't like to talk about our problems, or even just to mention it to our partner or a friend that I'm not feeling good today. I don't feel like getting up. I don't feel like doing anything. Those are simple signs that you're not actually dealing with things internally, right? So it's better for us to communicate a lot more, right? Communicate more. Let people know how you feel. It's a hard thing to do, but no one can read your mind.
No, nobody.
Nobody can read your mind. I could squeeze my face day and night, and people could just think that she's probably just not in the mood. But no, it could be a lot more deeper than that. So another thing that I wanted to discuss was ways that you could, other than speaking to other people, like other things that you could do to help yourself mentally become a more healthier person, like whether it's exercising, eating healthier, things that you listen to, things that you do. I know you mentioned praying. What else do you think in that aspect, maybe like more of like a spiritual aspect of what you could do to make yourself more sound in your mindset?
Besides talking to God, it still involves communication. That's talking to your spiritual leader. If you have a pastor, or you have a man of God, or someone that's above you, it could be your mom or your dad, but this person is more spiritual than yourself. So it's just basically talking to that person. The person prays with you, the person encourages you. Just have positive people in your space at the time. And you already mentioned exercise. Exercising helps you, I don't know the word to use, but it helps you relieve stress. In a funny kind of way.
I think there's like a chemical that it releases.
Exactly. I don't want to call the wrong thing, so I'm not going to say it. It releases, I don't know if it works. I'll check it up, but I'll look it up, but it helps you relieve stress, and then you feel a lot calmer. Even though it doesn't make sense that you're exerting energy, you're exercising, but it has it has a reverse effect on you. It calms you down, it calms your nerves, it makes you feel better.
That's true. So make sure you guys do, take some things into account, the things that we've mentioned, and also making sure that you're paying attention to your family and friends to try and see signs of, things that they might be struggling with. And sometimes they don't talk, but you could actually, if you approach somebody, they might be able to open up to you, or at least you will be that first person to see that this person's in trouble and look at ways on how to help them. There's a lot of resources out there, like here in Canada. There's a lot of free resources to get help, even just to talk to an anonymous person about your problems, which usually helps.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it does.
So
that's basically it on mental health issues. Like she said, don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment your thoughts on mental health and wellness, the signs, the symptoms, the causes, whatever you think. Yeah. Thank you. See you next time.
Bye.